Hello guys, how are you? And welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited for today's video because I'm gonna be taking it back to like the old school. Like my first video, if you've not seen my first video, it was very different. It was like a story time, but I was doing my makeup and I was getting ready, but I was just telling a story. I know you already saw the title, so you already know what it's about. I'll explain, okay? Don't read me to filth yet until I explain. But I wanted it to be more so of like an introduction or a stepping stone into a new series that I wanted to start filming. Basically, I want to do advice column videos. And what I mean by that is I have an email address. I will link it down below and I'll like put it on the screen for you guys. So basically it'll just be like a get ready with me video where I'm doing my makeup, but also reading off emails that you guys submit and then giving advice on those emails. And then hopefully if you didn't write the email, you can relate to it in some way or somehow, and then we can all learn from something. The first one I want to do is on relationship advice. So I figured I could just tell a funny little story time on how I was a side chick. Now, before we get into the story time, this video is actually in partnership with Care Of, and thank the dear Lord Jesus because I haven't worked in a month and I could really use it. So I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit about Care Of and then we will hop right into the story time. Hello you guys and welcome to my kitchen. So Care Of is actually a company that helps you find the right vitamins and supplements that are personalized just for you. Care Of is also super transparent about all the ingredients in their vitamins and how they are all backed by science. Their holistic online quiz makes it super simple to figure out what vitamins and supplements you need to achieve your health and wellness goals. They'll ask you questions about your diet, lifestyle, and personal health goals in order to create a customized plan tailored specifically for you. Think of it like getting a one-on-one consultation with a nutritionist. They are also eco-friendly and all of their vitamin packets are compostable. So obviously everything's going to be tailored specifically to you and your needs, but for me, I'm kind of like a newbie in the whole like vitamin world. So mine's very simple, but I have it right here in my cabinet. And every morning I just take it out. The packaging is super cute too, but you just take out a packet and it says, "Hi Katie," and then it has like a little quote, and I take the vitamin B complex. This basically helps supplement my lack of, green things and vegetables. So this covers that. And then also every morning accompanied with my vitamin, I do 2 scoops of collagen, and I'll add this to either like my coffee or sometimes I drink pineapple juice, apple juice, orange juice. Just depends. So for 2021, I definitely set a lot of different goals for myself, and one of them being that I really wanted to focus on taking care of myself from the inside out. I've started going to the gym, I've started trying to eat healthier, and obviously I'm starting to try to like take more vitamins and look into more vitamins, but I feel like I'm off to a good start. And if you are interested in taking Care Of's quiz, all you have to do is click the link in the description box below, and then you can see what different types of vitamins and supplements are recommended for you, and also make sure to use my code and you'll receive 50% off of your first month with Care Of. I want to give one more special thank you to Care Of for sponsoring today's video, and now we will get back to my story time. Well, I met a guy. That's literally how my first video I ever filmed started. Really takes me back to a dark place. I do have wine, so grab a glass and come hang out. I need a name for him too. What shall it be? James. This happened in Vegas. I was working at a place called SLS. I was working there with Ben when I first moved to Vegas, but then Ben and I had split up. And then after I left Ben, I still worked there. I worked with James, and James and I started off just friends. Everybody always asks about this mirror. I'm gonna link it below for you guys. Just so you know. So I worked about 5 nights a week at SLS, and when I was single, I really never wanted to be home. So I was always going to this one bar after work with all my coworkers, and James was always one of the people that would go to the bar. I think we already had each other's number because we worked together, we were coworkers, but we never texted like that. But then I don't even know how it really started, but we started texting each other. It turned into us texting literally nonstop. From the time we woke up to the time we went to bed, just everything. Up until this point, I had never really spoken to someone as much as I did with him because relationships prior to him were very different. I almost want to say that James was the pivotal turning point in my life where I made a conscious decision that I was just going to be different with people that I dated from this point on. The people that I had dated prior to this, it was 0 to 100. I'm talking my first relationship, we were moved in together within 2 weeks. The relationship after that, pretty much same thing. We met, and then every waking moment was spent together. Everything happened so fast that it was almost like, sad to say it, but I just like got sick of them pretty quickly. That sounds bad. Sorry if like anyone is watching this that I dated before, like you're great and everything. But I feel like the relationships that I had before started off so great and so perfect that there was almost like no way but down from there. There was nothing really left to do but to fall apart. So with James, I was like, okay, I need to like pump the brakes. I want to like date this person. I don't want to be like a freaking married couple in a week, you know? And I said that to him. I was like, listen, I just want to take this like super slow. And he was completely on board. He was like, you're right. I'm going to wine and dine you. I'm going to take you on dates. Like this is going to be like different. And I was like, all right. I don't really remember exactly what sparked the physical part of it. And when I say physical, I mean literally just like us kissing for the first time. But I remember being outside of this PT's parking lot. So romantic. Oh my God. When I think about it, I'm like, I want to die. But I remember he kissed me. And when I say kissed me, I mean like, I think that we walked out of the bar at 7 a.m. and I think that we made out in the parking lot until 9. Like, I'm not even kidding. With him, it was just, I don't know how to describe it. Like, it was, we were like kids, but I think it made it more exciting because we made such a pact with each other that we were gonna like really take things slow. So we'd be like making out and it would get like hot and we'd be like, okay, like we need to like relax, we need to chill, like we're not doing this, we're taking it slow, right? But like we would still make out in a parking lot for 2 hours. I digress. So at the time of this going on, I was living by myself in the apartment that Ben and I had rented together, but Ben was moved out. He was like crashing on like his boss's couch or something, like, I guess, I don't know. But he had been moved out for a while. James had told me that he was living with a buddy of his that was in the army, I think, I want to say. In the whole span of us dating and talking, I had never gone to his place and he had never gone to my place. And there's really like 2 reasons for that. One of them being that after Ben and I broke up, I really took like a long, hard look in the mirror and did some like serious soul searching and really made the decision to not go so all in on relationships in the beginning. I was like, I need to be more protective over my space. I need to be more protective over how much I choose to share, how much I choose to really like open myself up to someone right away. But yeah, I just wanted things to work. So I wanted to do things differently than what I had done prior, especially because I never planned on getting out of a relationship with Ben and then kind of getting into this new thing with someone else. Even though I was single probably for like a couple months. When Ben and I broke up, I was like, oh, I'm gonna be single forever. Like I had that mentality that I was like, I'm just done. I was like, I'm not meeting anyone else. I don't want to be with anyone else. I want to be single for so long. Like I just want to have fun. I want to focus on me. I want to do me. And then this just happened. Like I don't even know how to explain it. Like it just happened. Like we went from being friends and talking to just like, I don't know, I slipped and fell. But then he started doing things which made sense like in hindsight. Let me explain. James knew that I was like very serious about work. Like I didn't miss work. And a couple times he had asked me to like call out to do certain things. And he was like, hey, like I have this ball that I'm supposed to go to and I need a date for it. Like, do you think you could call out and come with me? And I was like, no, like obviously not. Like I have to be at work soon. So then when he was like posting at the ball, I didn't think anything of it because he invited me. He would invite me to things like super last minute, knowing that I wouldn't be able to go. I'm honestly trying to think back and think of like how long him and I were actually like talking for and like dating for. But I want to say it was like around 4 to 5 months. And I know that doesn't seem like a long time, but when you're talking to someone every single day from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed, it's kind of a long time, you know? I remember in this time of us talking, and I'm just gonna tell you like a few things because there was a lot, but I'll just tell you like a few of them. We started watching this show Revenge together. and we watched it at the same time. Also, at the time, he told me that he was going house hunting. He would go on these showings and text me pictures, and he would be like, oh my God, like look at our master bathroom. Look at your nice like soaker tub, because he knew I like to take baths. And then I would joke around and I'd be like, oh, that one only has 3 bedrooms and like I want 3 kids. So like, you know, like that's not gonna work for us. I remember I always just had like the biggest dreams and I would share them with him. So when I was talking about like, oh, I wanna do this and I wanna start this, maybe he just like felt some type of way about that. But I remember him telling me, oh yeah, like I have this pool company and like I do this and I do this on the side. And I was like, wow, like that's amazing and good for you. Like you're so young, that's awesome. He almost like made me wanna be a better person because it seemed like he had all these things going on and I was like, okay, well I want all these things. And I was like, damn, like I need to get it together. I had never been so excited for somebody before. Like I was like, this is so different and this is awesome and this is gonna be great. Like I feel like this is gonna work. Like it was just, whatever. After dating for like some time now, he did something like so cute and like so romantic. He knew I loved lakes and I had told him that I always dreamed of living on a lake. So the one night he texts me and he's like, what are you doing? And I was like, nothing, I'm just at home. And he's like, okay, can you meet me at this location? And I was like, well, where are we going? And he's like, it's a surprise. I'm like, okay. He's like, just trust me, just meet me there. In Vegas, there's this lake called Lake Las Vegas. And it's surrounded by all these like beautiful homes. And I pull up, he like gets out of his car and he's got like this blanket and he's got thermoses of hot chocolate. And he walks me down to the lake and like lays out a blanket and we're sitting there and we're like drinking hot chocolate and we're just talking. And it was like the cutest thing. So anyway, not to like get into too much detail because PG-13 channel, but things had happened at the lake, not all the way. All the things besides all the way things, if you're picking up what I'm putting down. After that night, I had like the highest hopes for everything. I was just so excited like for him and for us. And I was like, this is so amazing. Like he's so great, he's everything. Like I love to go to work because I was excited to see him. I was excited to just like go throughout my day because I got to talk to him. I was all in. Like I was like, this guy is it. Now flash forward to his birthday. And mind you, between the lake and his birthday, nothing progressed past what had happened at the lake. Things just stayed consistent after that. So his birthday comes. Once again, he invites me like super last minute to do something for his birthday. And he goes, hey, I know it's super last minute, but my boys all surprised me with a party bus for my birthday, if you can come. And I was like, no, I'm sorry, like I literally have to clock in like soon, you know, like I can't not go to work. I was just like, do your thing, like I'll call you when I get off work. And I remember getting off work, and at the time my girlfriend actually started living with me because her and her boyfriend had actually broken up. I just really remember on this night her and I having some like girl time and me being like, dude, this guy is it. I remember getting a text message. It was from James and it said, hey, I lost all my contacts, who's this? And I just texted back, Katie, LOL. And immediately I get a phone call. And I pick up the phone and it's a girl. And she's like, who is this? And I was like, who is this? And she was like, no, who is this? And I was like, you called me. You start answering questions. Who the hell are you? And she was like, my name is Krista. And I was like, okay, hi Krista, my name is Katie. And she was like, oh, so I take it you're not Chris smiley face. And I was like, I don't know who Chris smiley face is, but I'm Katie. I was like, so who are you? And she goes, I am James's girlfriend. I was like, oh, okay. She was like, well, who are you? I was like, honestly, I don't know. I was literally speechless. My heart immediately dropped to my stomach. I was like, can I ask you a question? She was like, sure, because I've got a bunch for you. And I was like, how long have you been with James for? She was like, we've been together for 5 years. I was like, okay. I was like, you guys, like, you're good? Like, have you guys been, like, fighting recently? Like, I just didn't know what to say. Like, I literally did not know what to say. And I remember her exact answer to me was, no, we've literally been on cloud 9. We're about to buy a house together. And I was like, you're about to buy a house together? Like, the houses that he's shown me for the past few months? Like, the houses that he's, like, been going on all these, like, showings with and, like, texting me pictures of and being like, oh, babe, look at your master bathtub, and, like, this is where the kids are gonna go, and, like, asking me my opinions on the homes that you're about to buy together, those houses. I was like, I'm in, like, a little bit of shock right now, so you're gonna have to be patient with me. And she was like, so you've been seeing James? And I was like, more or less, yeah, I've been seeing James. And she literally broke down in tears, and, like, my heart broke. Like, she was full blown, like couldn't catch her breath. You could just hear the agony in her voice. It, like, broke me. I couldn't believe that that was happening at the time, especially because I had no idea, like, not even an inkling of an idea, never even a thought in my mind that there was anybody else. I'm not kidding. I think we were on the phone for like 3 hours. She told me that they had gotten off the party bus and that he was super, super drunk, and that she was laying next to him and his phone went off and it was me, or Chris, smiley face. And she said that she was downstairs at his mom's house. I was like, why are you at his mom's house? She was like, because he lives here. And I was like, he doesn't have a house? She was like, no, girl, he lives at his mom's. I was like, he doesn't have a house and then, like, rents a room to, like, his friend in the army? She was like, no. I was like, okay. So then I started asking other questions. I was like, does he have a pool company? She was like, no. She's like, he's a bartender at SLS. And I was like, first of all, I was like, I work at SLS. I was like, that's how I know him. That's how, like, this all started. I was like, he's not a bartender. She was like, he's not a bartender? It's like, no, girl, he's a bar back on, like, the extra board. We really got down to the nitty gritty of it all. The first person that I ever dated in my whole entire life cheated on me, and I know what that felt like. I knew what it was like to be in her shoes, and I just felt so bad. And I also just, like, I just felt so dumb. I was like, how did I not see this coming? Like, how did I not catch on to, like, any sign or signal or whatever? But at the end of the day, this man is in the wrong business. He really deserved a golden ticket straight to Hollywood for that freaking act that he just put on for months. Like, I couldn't believe it. And as the phone call progressed, it just got more and more disappointing, because little tiny things like that TV show Revenge I told you about, the one that we would, like, text each other while we were watching it, he was watching it with her. He was, like, physically watching the show with her, texting Chris damn smiley face. And remember the ball that he invited me to? That was her ball. She was in a sorority, and it was like a sorority ball. That was her ball. And then the party bus that his boys set up for him, that he invited me to, once again, last minute, she set it up. That took talent, you know? Like a scary amount of talent to be able to pull off. I just felt so stupid. He's buying homes with this girl. And I'm like, no, babe, we need more bedrooms for the kids. Like, Jesus Christ. I was like, wow. I remember her asking me to give her the details of what had happened between us. And I was like, girl, I just feel like at this point, like, it doesn't even matter. I was like, I don't know what you're gonna do from this point moving forward, but just know I'm out. You don't have to worry about me anymore. And she was like, no, like I'm so done with him. Like, I swear to God, I'm done. Like, I just want to hear you say it. I need to hear you say it. And I was like, girl, like, if this conversation like wasn't enough for you to go, I feel like it's because you don't want to. She pressed it and she pressed it and she pressed it and she just wanted to know. So I finally told her, I was like, listen, girl, I'm gonna keep it real with you. No, we did not do it, but we did everything else. You cope with it and deal with it how you feel. I was like, you don't have to tell me that you're done or try to speak it into existence because you might not even believe it yourself at this point. I was like, but just know that I'm out. I will never, ever, ever fight over anyone's dusty ass son until the day that I die. I was like, so I'm sorry. I had no idea. I wish you the best of luck in whatever you do. And I left it at that. The next day, James called me. I think it was like 76 times. And I think he texted me like 30 something. I didn't answer a single call. I didn't answer a single text. The whole entire time he was just texting me like, let me explain, let me explain, let me explain. And I was just like, I've heard so much enough of an explanation. Like, I'm good. Absolutely not. I'm not the one. I think the last text message that he had ever sent to me was him saying something just so stupid. Like, God. Something along the lines of, you're gonna regret this. If you would have just answered your phone and let me explain, we would have been together. And I was just like, once again, you got the wrong girl. Now, things after that were interesting because we worked together. I know it sounds ridiculously petty, but one of my favorite things to do to people that cross me is I will make it my sole purpose to act like you do not exist. Now, I wish I could tell you that it didn't get any more messy after that. Like, how could it, right? Like, how could it get any more messy than that? But Krista was like, hold my beer. I was nothing but nice to that girl. There are so many females out there that are just so insecure and have no self-worth that they would have been like, no, I'll fight for this. Like, I'm gonna win this war. He'll be mine. So for me to completely just back off, 100%, not take a single phone call, not take a single text, not even let this man have the time of day to even explain to me his side of the story. That's how much I respected this girl that I didn't even know. She literally found pictures on my Instagram because I don't think I deleted pictures of Ben and I right away. I think that they were still up for a little while. And she literally DM'd him and she was like, just so you know, your girlfriend has been dating my boyfriend for months. And he sends me the freaking DM that she sent. And I was like, oh, this bitch. Like, ugh. I was so angry. I was like, honestly, y'all deserve each other. I was like, what the hell's wrong with you? Just because you're hurting and your relationship is messed up, you think it's appropriate to then DM my ex-boyfriend and try to hurt him and try to hurt, like, us when we're not even a thing? I was like, girl, you're a whole other type of weird female that I don't ever... My respect for you is gone. I was like, I'm still out of the picture, but, like, my respect for you, done. Like, he didn't need to know that. She just, like, poured salt in the wound and just really rubbed it in there, you know? I didn't work at SLS for much longer after that. Once I knew that I was leaving, and once I knew that, like, I was never gonna see him again, I felt like for me to really, really, like, move on from it, I felt like I had to have the last word. I feel like this is, like, my toxic trait in life is, like, feeling like I always have to have the last word with people, I finally reached out to him. He finally came to my apartment. I didn't even let him inside. I just got in his truck and we talked. I knew what I was doing. Trust me. I spoke my piece. I said what I needed to say. And that was for me. So that was about 6 years ago. And I remember getting out of his car and closing the door. And to this very day, I have never, not once, spoken another single solitary word to James. And I just sat back and I let karma take care of it all. I watched him and his girlfriend crash and burn because we all knew that wasn't gonna work out. That's my story time on how I was a side chick. You live and you learn, and I learned some valuable lessons through that. And that is one of the many reasons why I feel as though I can give a lot of insight and advice on things that I've gone through, because I've gone through some shit. I feel like I've seen it all at this point. So with that being said, if you feel as though you're going through something right now and you would like some advice or some insight, trust me, I don't know it all, and I'm not claiming to know it all. I'm not a dating coach, I'm not a therapist. I'm just a girl who's seen some shit, okay? So that's something you're interested in, I will leave that specific email in the description box below and you can write into me. Just make sure you put as the subject line, like relationship advice, because I want to do different ones. I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I love you guys a lot. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for sticking with me through, you know, my bull crap and my breaks and all that other stuff. Just know that it's always for a reason, I promise. Once again, I want to give the biggest thank you to Kara for sponsoring today's video. It means the world to me to continue to get these opportunities and to continue to do this job. And hopefully, I will see all of you in the next one. Bye, guys.